Hi, I am Vishnupriya, working as an assistant professor in CSE department at JSREC Engineering College. In this video, I am going to give a presentation on the subject Multivariate Data Analysis. In Unit 1, we are going to look at the different topics. First, we will learn what is data analysis and its types and its various applications. Data analysis is the process of collecting, organizing, cleaning, and examining and interpreting data. In simple words, data analysis means studying the collected data to find useful information and better decisions. For example, if a college collects students' marks, attendance, and assignment details, we can analyze this data to identify which students are performing well and which students needed improvement. Next, we are going to see what are the steps included in data analysis. There are mainly 8 steps involved in data analysis. First one is defining the problem. First, we have to clearly define the problem or objective. That means we should know what we want to find from the data. For example, we may want to find out why students' academic performance is decreasing. Second step is collecting data. Next, we have to collect the required data. Data can be collected through surveys, experiments, observations, and databases or some other sources. For example, we can collect students' marks and attendance. Third one is cleaning the data. After collecting the data, we need to clean it. Sometimes data may contain errors, duplicate values, or missing values. So, we remove the errors and correct the data before analysis. Next one is organizing and preparing the data. We organize the data in a proper format so that it can be easily analyzed. For example, we can arrange the students' details in a table with separate columns or name, attendance, marks and department. Next step is analyzing the data. Now we actually analyze the data using some statistical or analytical methods. This will help us to identify patterns, relationships and trends in the data. Next step is interpreting the results. After analyzing the data, we need to understand what the results actually mean. For example, if we find the students with higher attendance generally have higher marks, we can interpret the attendance may have an effect on academic performance. Next one is presenting the findings. We present our findings in an easy way to understand. We can use tables, charts, graphs, or reports to explain those results. Next one is making decisions. We use the results of the analysis to make better decisions or solve the problem. For example, if low attendance is affecting students' marks, the college can take steps to improve student attendance. Next, we are going to see what is dataset. A dataset is simply a collection of related data arranged in rows and columns. For example, if we have student information, each student will be represented by one row and details like name, age, marks and attendance will be represented by columns. Here rows are called records or observations and columns are called variables or attributes. In this example, we can clearly see each row represents one student, so rows are called records or observations. The columns like name, age, marks and attendance are called as attributes. Next, we are going to see types of data analysis. Let us see different types of data analysis. Based on the number of variables we are analyzing, data analysis can be mainly divided into three types. First one is univariate data analysis, next is bivariate and third one is multivariate data analysis. First is univariate data analysis. Here uni means one, so we analyze only one variable. The main purpose is to understand the characteristics of that particular variable. For example, in this table we have the marks of three students A, B, C. The marks are 65, 72 and 80. Here we are considering only one variable which is marks. So this is an example of univariate data analysis. Next is bivariate data analysis. Here bi means two. So we analyze two variables and study the relationship between them. For example, we can take study hours and marks. Here we have two variables. So this is called bivariate data analysis. The main purpose of bivariate data analysis is to understand whether there is a relationship or association between two variables. Finally, we have multivariate data analysis. This is useful when a problem involves multiple factors. Here, we analyze three or more variables at the same time. For example, we can study how study hours, attendance, sleep affect students' marks. Here, we are considering multiple variables together. By analyzing these variables, we can understand complex relationships, improve prediction, and support better decision making. Since our subject is multivariate data analysis, this type of analysis is especially important for us. Therefore, the main difference between these three types is the number of variables we analyze.